You're watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.
With the rapid innovative sales strategies, mobile service initiatives, and the growing number of EVs, dealers are just adopting, but really pioneering change, I should say. Today, we're learning firsthand about the measures undertaken by Barbera's Autoland to meet today's consumer. I've got the man himself, Mr. Gary Barbera, the president and founder of Barbera's Autoland, to join us today on the show. So happy to have you with us, Gary. It's been too long. Welcome back to the show. It's great catching up with you.
Thank you. I love being back and didn't get a chance. NADA, you were slamming.
I know.
I was so happy for you. I kept going back and I said to my brothers, what's he giving away this year?
Exactly. No, we do a lot, as you know, we do a lot of interviews there. It's kind of like our Super Bowl, once a year. We're doing so many interviews, but I did miss you, and I'm sorry about that. But I have you here now, so that's what matters. So Thanks for taking some time with us today. I really appreciate it. First and foremost, how's business?
Business is fair at best.
Okay.
It started off real good for February, and then we hit that lull. We had like 3 snows here, but not big ones, but just enough to mess us up for 2 days.
Yeah.
And the last almost a week has been really good, actually.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And obviously you have inventory, right?
Got inventory. We're, love pre-owned vehicles. We got a little bit planning ahead. We started buying them at the end of last year.
Yeah.
We were stocked up on pre-owned, and it's really helping us with the affordability right now.
Sure. No question about it. One of the things I want to talk to you about in that inventory that you've got, are your EVs selling, not selling, aging? Where do you stand on that?
We're the majority. They're aging. The hybrids are moving okay, right? But the straight EV is hurting us a little bit.
Yeah. Are consumers just not coming in and asking for them, or is there just a lack of interest, or once they drive the car or demonstrate it, they're not interested? Or walk me through that.
Simple. Range anxiety.
Really? Yeah.
That's so crucial in Philadelphia. Like, I don't know where you would plug it in.
Yeah.
Seriously. And I know that we went from NADA to LA.
Yeah.
Right. And we were in a Tesla. We had to stop 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah. And it just.
Yeah. From Vegas to LA 4 times.
Yeah. 4 times.
Yeah. Ouch.
A new Tesla. So look, it's early. It's too early, right? Yeah. It's kind of like the AM radio, We're just real early right now.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I like the message is getting out there pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah. I agree with you. I mean, every dealer that I talk to has kind of echoed your sentiments about this very issue. And of course, California, a different story altogether. They are selling EVs, as you know, at a greater pace than the rest of the country, but that's for a whole multitude of different reasons. Their gas prices are $6 a gallon, by the way. So it's a little bit different setup out there, but it does seem to be an issue that from what everybody is looking at now, the OEMs have jumped into this way too fast and kind of hopped over the hybrids, and said, well, we're going right to EVs. And so many dealers have said, wait a minute, what about a plug-in hybrid? What about taking a look at some alternatives here? If we're going to be getting out of ICE vehicles, there are some alternatives that we need to look at that could be stepping stones to a complete EV environment, right?
True. Yeah, that was really well said. I mean, who's talked to more people about this than you? And again, I'm not saying no. I'm saying I'm not yet.
Right.
I heard a horror story. It wasn't our car, but of a trade-in of a Tesla. The guy brought it in for $15,000, thought he was doing great, pounding his chest. It needed a battery and brakes. That was $20,000.
Oh.
Okay.
So now you're 25 in the car. No, you're 30, 35. Crazy.
I mean, and obviously with those them lowering the prices, wow, and how about Lucid? I watched your programs on Lucid and
Rivian.
Rivian, yeah. I went to the Miami Boat Show and you're down there too.
Yeah.
And went in the Rivian dealership that's right in Brickell.
Yeah.
and I was talking to the guy, and they got some leases, and the car kind of looks a little bit something,
Yeah. Yeah.
but not ready for it.
Yeah.
It's expensive. To get a replacement battery is still, even the guy told me it's still 16,000 to replace your battery.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's nuts. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of replacing batteries, how's fixed ops doing?
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. I think people are postponing their purchase and realize that they're going to keep betting.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they know things are expensive out there.
And are you seeing any leasing coming back, or what does that look like today? I mean, obviously before COVID, it was this 30%, much higher in many states, as you know. Maybe where you're there in PA, that might have been the situation. But where does leasing stand at your store today?
It's the only way to sell an EV.
Yeah.
It is coming back, and it's kind of a savior.
Yeah.
I think that it's only going to get better as inventory, comes up and up. And what I like about leasing is some of the non-manufacturer lending institutions playing ball in it, and I like that. That means they have confidence in it.
Yeah, yeah. It makes all the difference, doesn't it? Hey, a lot of the dealers that I talked to said the salespeople need to be retrained now in a very big way, or maybe even trained for the first time, because selling cars today is not like it was a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago after COVID hit. Have you found that to be the case too?
Absolutely. That is the one thing that we're on top of pretty good. And I think that the customer experience is the new best price, Jim.
Yeah.
And I really believe that is the experience, because, people are only shopping 1.4 stores now.
Yeah.
Actually, boots on the ground.
Yep.
So they pretty much know. They went to Carvana and plugged their VIN in. They know what their car is worth.
Yeah.
Right. They've played around. It's popped up on their phone. So I'm not going to use the word they're much more educated. I think they're much more aware today of where they stand, where they're going to be. So I think that if we know better and give them the right experience and discuss their needs and make it about them, right, and make it about, hey, we've all been here,
Yeah.
right, and this is how we continue to grow with lending institutions like Cap One. I mean, a gift. I don't know if you know about them, but they love that 0600.
Oh yeah.
And it's amazing.
I know.
My driver today, my Uber driver, he's coming in from London, right? So he said, I had no credit, I had none. And he said, Cap One gave me a shot in America.
Wow. That's great.
And now he's able to step himself up with them. And I have no skin in the game with them. I'm just.
Yeah. No. I know. Cap One does a phenomenal job. There's no question about it. They have for years. I mean,
when you were with AutoNation, you were probably using them, right?
Yep, absolutely. And man, when that mailer would go out and they were pre-approved,
there you
and
go.
people would come in, it was, in fact, they capped the Cap One mailer. It was like, nope, you can only do one of these like a year, and
Right.
And
Right.
when your turn came up, you jumped at it.
Yep.
Let me ask you, with EVs, with interest rates, with the economy, we've got an election year for the president. What are some of the things that keep you up at night about the industry as a whole? Are these headwinds, or do you just say, forget about these? We're gonna do what we got to do.
You listen to some of the other talks we've had. I don't focus on what's out of my control. Right now, used cars, pre-owned, certified. Some of your banks, once again, are giving you extra money on a CPOV, right? Which is nice. It's not just a manufacturer deal.
Yep.
And I think right now that if you're buying savvy, not just at the auto auction, if you're buying in the shop, you're buying your cars in the shop, right? And you're on all the other platforms and you're looking, and you're not just doing, all right, spring's here, got to go to the auction. No, I think we need all 5 departments in this new world we're living in.
Yeah.
You can't just have one good, we sell a lot of new cars.
Yeah.
And not have a good parts, have a good service, have a good financial services. But I think pre-owned is is what is going to close the gap to make things more affordable for people, to get the value that we need from people in order to get them to step up a little more in a payment. And most importantly, I think you got to sell a better car today.
Yeah, yeah.
I think CarMax, not that they need me to do a commercial for them, but they have shown that you can get a lot of money if your car is right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Yep.
I mean, I've watched all your stuff. The last bidder at the auctions is the guy from CarMax. And he's actually there on site,
Yeah.
not on his computer.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
they're going to buy a better car because they're getting more for it too.
Yeah.
Because the new best price again is
Yep.
the experience.
Yep. And people go in there with the mindset that they're not going to negotiate. There's a great number of people in the market that like that concept. Many new car dealers have gone to that as well, and for either new or used or both in their departments. And that seems to be a growing segment out there among consumers that go, look, just tell me what the price is. As long as I know that the person that comes in behind me isn't going to pay a lot less than me, it's going to be the same story for them, then I'm okay with it, right? And we saw that even during COVID, right?
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
So to answer your question, there's some good lessons coming out of COVID, right? With regards like, and I think what we learned from that, which of course we all knew, how long can they have $5,000 rebates on Dodge Avengers?
Yeah.
That's not the world we're living in, and it's never coming back.
Right.
Customer experience is what it's all about.
That's right. Speaking of that, what if Stellantis came out and said, okay, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pay the salespeople $4,000 a roof, a hood, and we're going to pay the dealer $5,000 a hood on every EV that's in inventory for everyone that's delivered. Do you think that would clear the problem up? Now I'm putting my OEM hat on and my dealer hat on to say, man, when you throw money at a dealer and their people, the problems have a tendency to go away. I say problems, they're not really problems, but they're issues. Is this something that could be cleared up with a very aggressive, out-of-the-box check that just says, if you can get that car delivered and put it in a garage, then you're going to get paid some stupid money?
Yeah, if you put that kind of money on it.
Right?
If you put that, it's just like when you have somebody that works in an expensive car and they have a lower priced car at the other lot, they end up selling more cars at the other lot than they do at their lot.
That's right. That's right. But I know when I sold cars and when Toyota would come out, which wasn't that common, and they would put money on a particular model car, and they said, you sell this car, you're a salesperson, you're getting $500. At the time, it might have been $300. But before anybody left the store, you demoed them in that car. Even if they had 6 kids in their family and it was a 2-door, you're driving them in that car. You know what I mean?
I that kind of money is definitely
right.
I think that would work really. Would it be the answer? No.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
Yeah. And you can't that doesn't have much longevity to it for sure.
Right.
But I do know that you can get a whole lot done when you throw money at the situation, right?
Yep.
So, yep. So what's next for Gary Barbera? What
Just excited about pre-owned? Not, you always ask me, not turning down to buy other stores, but not on a hunt right now. Just watching these prices go up and up and up, and it's. I wouldn't want to be some of these guys running multiple points.
Yeah.
You know what it's like. You have 3 good ones and 1 bad one. All of a sudden, you don't have 3 good ones.
That's
like
right. That's right. That's where all the money's going, is in the bad one.
1 dealership, 2 dealerships, 3 dealerships, no dealerships.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Because I'm watching some of these lenders, and they're a lot tighter. I know on Stellantis on these buy sells.
Yeah.
As far as lending blue sky and lending.
That's right. Yep.
See what's up,
Yeah. It's a different situation today than it was a few years ago. But that probably doesn't stop brokers from calling you and saying, hey, I've got a buyer for your store, right?
Yeah, but I will say, now that you mentioned it, it's been a lot less than the last couple months.
Yeah.
It's been a lot less.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch you with it. Alan Haig, you had.
Yeah.
And he tells it like it is, that guy.
Yeah, no, for sure. They do a great job and they do great work for dealers. There's no question about it. He's been around a while, so he knows what he's talking about. So, well, Gary Barbera, founder and president of Barbera's Autoland, thank you so much for joining us on the show. It is always great catching up with you. You're one of those dealers that I can always call on. You're down in the trenches, actually working with managers, desking deals, probably selling cars every now and then to good friends of yours that come in. So you're really where the rubber meets the road in this industry. So we appreciate your input.
I kind of still enjoy it.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, I can tell. I know. All right, man. Thanks so much. Look forward to our next time.
Is CBT News the best? Boy, I guess.
Thanks for watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.